How's it? Indian Cowboy, DocSports.com. Coming out on Wednesday as we get this video to you every day around this time. Have your free pick winner in just a second today. Your free pick winner today is going to be between, let's give it to you between Boston and Detroit in baseball. And then your premium selection at Doc Sports is going to be between the Marlins and the Mets. And your YouTube premium selection is going to be between Cleveland and Toronto. In just a second, we also have some extra thoughts for you as well. So I'll be happy to give you those extra thoughts. On this video, we'll talk to you about Philadelphia and Washington as your extra thought. And we'll also talk to you about Baltimore and the Yankees. We'll talk about Baltimore and the Yankees on the YouTube Premium as well. Yesterday, we were able to win our free play on the Cleveland-Toronto over. We were able to win our YouTube Premium selection on the under between Detroit and Boston. And then we lost our Doc Sports Premium selection on the under in the Washington Nationals game. We had the under 8. It was 1-0 going into the 7th inning, and then they scored 8 runs in the 7th and 8th. It's just silly. We should have probably won that game as well. But no worries. We'll try to bounce back here. And so, again, our premium selections are over at DocSports.com. Those are our premium Doc Sports selections. And then we do our free play and lean here every day on YouTube. And then we give you a YouTube premium selection for those of you kind of like IC Overtime who want extra selections or whatnot, and we try to track those as well. YouTube Premium is now on a 1-0, 4-2, 10-6, 14-8, 18-10 run. The free picks are on a 3-18 and 245 run, and a 13-98 and 10-47 run. Today we have a 7-unit soccer selection today between Seattle and Portland that goes off at 10:30. Super excited about that. WNBA starts really soon on August the 15th. NBA will kick back up. Obviously, a lot of changes going on in the NBA right now. It's exciting. I do think the Lakers got a lot better. I don't know if it'll work. I do think it'll be probably a Lakers-Nets final, assuming I think the Patty Mills to the Nets is a really sneaky good move. It's a really under-the-radar, really very good move for them. So we'll see how that shakes out as well. But yeah, other than that, I need to tell you that the NFL starts tomorrow. Hall of Fame game, is tomorrow, so super excited about that. And I think we'll do well. The IC7 football card I think is going to be really good this year. We're looking forward to it. We will have selections all throughout the preseason, so we're looking forward to that as well. Expect 7 selections per week, mostly NFL, some college. I think this will be our best football season to date. So we'll see what happens. And then Canadian football starts tomorrow as well. So be sure to sign up for the NFL season. Be sure to sign up for the Canadian football season. It'll all be good stuff. All right, let's get your free play today. I like Boston today, and I'm going to give it to you on the run line because I just don't want to give you the juice at minus 160. So we'll go with the minus 1.5 here. I know it seems crazy to back Boston here, given that they've lost, 5 in a row now, and they're really struggling. But, minus 1.5 at plus 100 isn't a bad idea. You can even take them at minus 148. But it seems a little juicy for a free play for us, the way we do things. So we'll go with minus 1.5 plus the 100 here. So what's going on here is Boston's lost 6 in a row. Rodrigo went 3 innings, 7 hits, and 6 runs against Toronto. And Boston has to, you'd have to think they have to bounce back here. But the question is Rodriguez the man to do it? Is Eduardo the guy to do it? And, keep in mind that he had a 3.82 and a 3.81 ERA the previous 2 years before that. And Casey Mize is 6-5 with a 3.41 ERA. Interesting, the 3.41 guy is the plus 160 dog today, or the plus 150 dog today. But, he went 7 innings, 4 hits, and 1 run against Baltimore in his last game. Great effort. He also beat Boston early this year as well. At some point, Boston has to bounce back and bust through. And Boston has not been favored in 5 out of the last 6 games either. So this is the biggest amount Boston has been favored in quite some time. And I think Boston finally bounces back here today. They just really need to come through. So Boston minus the 150 or the run line should be good for you. For free play purposes, we will give it to you on the run line, okay? Boston run line plus the 100. Now, as it relates to Philadelphia and Washington, I like the over in that game. Philly's won 3 in a row, and Washington has not lost back-to-back games. Washington has lost back-to-back games. But keep in mind that Anderson went 5 innings, 3 hits, and 2 runs, and he comes off of a loss. Espino is 3-2 with a 3 ERA. He was 5 innings, 4 hits, and 1 run against the Cubs. But he's a pretty young pitcher. And, you have a Philly pitcher off of a loss. Washington beat him last time as well against Anderson, so they have some track record about beating him. Of course, Anderson has revenge from Philly, but yet Philly is the underdog here. But Philly always comes back in the ninth inning because Washington's bullpen can't hold anybody down. They're porous as SHIT through a tin can, as Nick Saban would say. But I can understand why the Nats are favored here. They might have the better pitcher. But at the end of the day, both bullpens are questionable. And I think the line is also interesting. I think I saw it at 9. So that makes me think that it could be a higher scoring game than most people think. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this game probably go over the posted total today between Washington. Yeah, it's at 9.5 between Washington and Philadelphia. So I like the over there as well. But your free play, it's either Boston or the over for us will be the one of the two that we give you. But we'll give you Boston run line. Yeah, we'll give you Boston run line as a free play today, and an additional lean on Philadelphia and Washington over the total. I want to try to give you something extra today too. Let me quickly try to see if I can find anything on the Angels and Texas game. So Sohei is pitching today. Last time he pitched, he went 7-5-1 against Colorado for a win, 5-1 with a 3.04 ERA. Typically, Sohei pitches around a 9 to 9.5 total. Today it's at 8. Colby Allard pitches today for Texas. Interesting, 3-6-6 against Seattle, got roughed up. 4-7-7 against against Houston and got roughed up. Prior to them, he's lost 8 straight. He's pitched in 3 straight overs. Has he faced the Angels this year? Let's see. Yeah, he went 2.2-1. From the way the line is written, I would assume that it's going to go under, especially a total of 8 in Texas, and especially given the fact that the Angels won 11-3 yesterday, and the Texas pitching staff, the total at 8 on August the 2nd went under at 4-1, and then the total at 8.5 was 11-3 and went over. So it makes me think that Texas had won 3 in a row. Their pitching staff had been pitching pretty well. So I wouldn't be surprised if that game goes under the total today between Texas and the Angels today as well. So just keep an eye on that if you'd like to as well. That's what we have for you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. YouTube Premium, folks. See you in about 5 minutes between Cleveland and Toronto. And I'll share with you our thoughts on Baltimore and the Yankees as well. Hope you guys are doing well. And Twitter followers, we have your Twitter consensus on what side the public is on. We curate that for you for the public as a common courtesy. So you can hop on over to Twitter to grab that. We will see you back here tomorrow. Indian Cowboy working hard for you every single day. Please take a moment to like and subscribe.